What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to Gunner's Profiles. And I'm about to tell you a story with no added preservatives, something real that happened to me because I took a stance, Holmes, and I got blackouted for it. I got jumped on for it. So it's gonna fuck me up, babe. Guard! I got beat up from the feet up. Toenails cracked, everything. I was hobbling. I wasn't walking away, I was hobbling. You ever did the hobble? The hobbla, hobbla, ha ha hobbla. The hobbleization was real. I had to hobble up out of there because the homies, not necessarily, I guess you could call it a DP. Not only did they give me a DP, they gave me a chin checking, and I deserved it. But I still truly believe, even now more so than ever, in my stance and the stance I took. So trip out, man. You see the thumbnail, you know what it is. I got beat up from the feet up. Here we go. Here's the story. Now, when I was super active, I was super duper, Holmes. Cake was just fucking flowing in the wind. Mongolian on Tompolian. I used to put it in 2 braids, bro, because 2 is better than 1. I just was different, right? I definitely was with the activities, and I definitely functioned a certain way with the homeboys. It was Northern California on mine, first and foremost, plain and simple and period. And that's what I bled. That's what I slept. That's what I ate. That's what I believed in. It was Norte and nothing else. And I was one of those homeboys in the hood that everybody knew exactly what it was. Having went to CYA at a very young age, getting out, my name was impeccable on the streets, man. Everybody that fucked with me, they knew what time it was. I was quick to be on frontline status. I was quick to put myself on the forefront. My hand was always raised. It never even went down. I walked around like this. You know what I mean? And I wasn't fucking on the stand speaking on people. I just definitely was ready and down to do whatever. That was my stance. That's the way I carried myself. Not because I had to, but because I chose to. I chose to instill fear in people and to make them scared of me. I figured if they scared me, they would respect me. Little did I know, nobody respected me. They hated me. They wanted to get rid of me, and so many people told on me it was ridiculous. But anyways, so this particular time, we were really functioning. There was a lot going on in the hood that I can't speak on. And it was like the who's who of who's was who would kick back at a homeboy's house in the backyard, chill, drink chelas and whatever. And the riffraff homeboys, the ones that thought they were still participating in things, would be out there out and about. So one day we get a phone call. And it's a couple of my homeboys, high-powered homeboys. They've been in and out of prison. I was on prison yards with them, done time with them. They're from my barrio. We get a phone call, and they're out joyriding. You know, and one of the homeboys, I knew he didn't have a car. You know what I mean? He was on a beach cruiser like a motherfucker. So to hear him cruising around in the car, my antennas went up. Immediately I said, who did you kill for this money, Antonio? Right? Immediately, who did you steal this car from, bro? What are you into? And of course, him and the homeboy weren't saying too much, as they shouldn't. They just continue to do their thing. So I told the homeboys, we're kicking back. We're having a lightweight junta, but we're just chilling. So I'm telling the homeboys, hey, bro, fucking the homeboy whoop-de-whoop and wop-de-wop. Heiko and Jekyll, they're out there getting their Jekyll on, right? And the homeboy's like, it is what it is. You know them two, right? They're crazy. They be in the mix like that. So anyways, as we're proceeding to kick it, we get a phone call. And the phone call we get is from a big home, not a big homie, but he was big and shit. He was a homeboy, but he wasn't from the barrio, but he was an affiliate, an associate. He associated with the barrio tough, and his younger brother was from the hood, was a well-known homeboy, was a good friend of mine. You know, a personal friend, not necessarily a hood friend, but a personal friend, like familia, right? And so he calls yelling and screaming, and I'm like, hey, bro, I can't understand you, speak English. You know, the type of Filipino you're speaking, I don't understand that dialect. What's happening, right? And he's like, bro, the homeboys whoop-de-whoop and whopped you up. Heck and Jekyll, they done got my boy for his car. They got my brother for his whip. They took his rims. They took his whip. They beat him up, left him on the side of the road. Now, we already knew that the homeboy, his brother, had functioned at Pleasant Valley at this time, which was a bad yard, right? We had heard that he had went in. He had functioned on that yard. So when he came out, no one necessarily pressed up on him and pushed up on him for being a dropout, a DO, or whatever you want to call it, right? Non-active. I say non-active. But it was definitely known that he wasn't able to come around the barrio, and he definitely wasn't invited to the junta. He wasn't going to eat no carne asada tacos off that grill. For surely though, right? On gang. He just wasn't going to do that. Everybody knew that, but it was quietly unspoken that we weren't going to press the issue on him. Hey, if we seen him in town, it was kind of like, what's up, carnal? But it wasn't we weren't pushing up on him. Yes, we were showing favoritism. Yes, we should have been smashing on him and dipping on him as we were on people from other barrios, but we weren't. That's the truth of the matter is, We showed homeboy favoritism because our barrio was what it was, man. Period. Plain and simple. So anyways, this vault was kicking it. And I guess what had happened was he was cruising and he seen the two homeboys walking. They were walking to go get a chela. And they're super active as hell, you know. And he sees them and he pulls up on them, thinking because no one's pushing up on him, no one's tripping on him, that maybe these two don't know. But these two are the ones that spread the whole rumor, right? They let us know. One of them had just got out. The other one had been in and out on a violation. So it was like, as soon as they seen them, their antennas went up and they knew immediately, Holmes, yes, immediately they were going to victimize this cat, right? This guy. Even though he was a homeboy, we all grew up together, he still wasn't in the greatest of standing. So whatever they felt that he had, they were going to have. So he had a brand new Cutlass, gold ones, hella slap in the back. You know, they're going to go ahead and need that. They're going to go ahead and need every bit of that, every kilowatt in that motherfucker they need, right? So, of course, he swoops up the homeboys. They're like, hey, give us a ride to the store. Upon proceeding to the store, they're like, hey, we know this chick, bro, let's go out to her house. You know what I mean? We could get her a little mamon. You know what I mean? The Arby's is bomb. I heard it's bacon and cheddar, and no one does it better, right? Orale, it's like Nate Dogg, rest in peace. So anyways, they cruise out there to the country. Homeboy catches them in the sleeper, baked to the grill. Now I got him in the sleeper. And now it only takes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The job is done. They grabbed his keys. They opened up the door, kicked him in his asshole as he fell on the floor. And that was it. So they kicked the homeboy out of his own whip and they did. That's when they called us. Hey, bro, we got to wait. Okay, cool. We didn't put 2 and 2 together to make 4, but now we're making 4. We're making a whole lot of sense. So the homeboy's like, hey, they got my brother. This is what happened. Now, we knew the homeboy that was in bad standings wasn't no punk. He wasn't no sucker. He wasn't going to go out like that. He had major mitts, right? He had straight Dodger catcher mitts, right? He wasn't going to go out like that. But at the same time, he did not have that fade coming. When you're no longer able to go in the hood, the barrio, you're not good anymore. I'm here to tell you, first of all, I know personally, right? You don't have a fade coming. You don't got that. You know, maybe as a man to man, you catch someone on neutral grounds, you can catch that fade, Holmes, if they want to give you that one-on-one, if they don't buck you down. But in real life, just coming to the barrio and catching that fade, you lost that element of respect. You don't got that coming anymore. If you come around, Holmes, you're lucky if you don't get clapped on. That clapper, right? They're going to do some bad things to you. So we're trying to explain to the homeboy, you know, even though he's a good, righteous dude, we're trying to explain, hey, your brother ain't got that coming. But I feel in my heart of hearts that he should get his ranfla back, man. You know, the homeboy shouldn't do him like that. We go back like a heart attack, way old school. So he should get his shit back, right? So we get at the homeboys. We call them. They're like, nah, forget that fool, Holmes. We already done took the Dayton's off, so I'm going to put them on my Pinto and get to Pinton, right? And we ain't doing none of that, bro. He ain't got nothing coming. And I said, look, bro, get in the homeboy's shit back, man. You know what I mean? Stop it. Hey, get a little brother his ball back, right? Give him his ball back. You know what I mean? Come on, Ricky. You know what I mean? Catch that shit. So anyways, I'm on my dope boy shit and I'm calling him, hey, nah, bro, it ain't like that. And because I had done an extensive amount of time, I was one of the older homeboys, I guess. I didn't have juice like that. I wasn't no shot caller. I wasn't in a position to make moves, wearing power moves, wearing shower shoes. But I definitely was a voice to be heard, and I was respected by the homeboys. They said, look, only because you're asking, bro. But still, we don't agree with it. And I said, just give the little brother's ball back, right? So they parked the Ranfla, and we call the homeboy, hey, your brother's car's parked over here. Go swoop that up. And just let it go, bro. Just let it go like that. So hey, you're fucking my buzz up. I'm trying to get drunk on Modelo, not Bud Light, right? So anyways, we're kicking, or maybe it was Bud Light back then. It isn't now. Anyway, so we're doing our thing. And we get another phone call. And it's the homeboy's old lady. She's in the house. Why her fat ass didn't just wobble the wobbleization to the backyard and tell us. She calls the homeboy, hey, these fools in the front yard tripping. So of course we go slip in the clip in to get to spitting. And we go out there in the front. And it's the homeboy and his brother, right? And I'm like, oh man, to what degree of brotherization you got going on here? He's not supposed to be in the hood. You guys don't understand. What part of you ain't no good no more don't you understand? Let's see, you're crazy, right? Like, I only got a shank. That's what I'm going to use, right? So anyways, he's right there, allegedly. And he's like, hey, bro, tell both of them I'll take them one-on-one. And I'm like, look, bro, and I'm trying to explain to him, look, you got to get out of here. Cause I got love for you, bro. We go way back. Like I said, Holmes. But they're going to sink your battleship right now. If one of the homeboys comes from the backyard and recognizes your hair, you see them homeboys in the backyard right there? Them homeboys are fully activated. And if they come out here, they're going to make sure you're fully not activated. You understand what I'm saying? Get up out of here. And his brother's like, oh, bro, I got his back. Man, I ain't playing that north-south shit. I ain't playing that gang stuff. This is real life, bro. How can you guys do my brother like this? I said, listen, bro. I'm going to shoot you, bro. Okay? Look, I'm just being real. You're going above and beyond now. This is politics that you shouldn't be involved in, bro. You are wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt and chanclas. Get out of here, puto, right? Okay? I have to increase my bends on you, right? It's just bad. So anyways, they're wolfing that high power stuff. And I'm talking to the homeboy. Now other homeboys that are really with that crazy activity comes out. They're like, man, fuck these putos. I'm telling them to get on, right? They're in our water. And I go, hey, look, bro. And I'm talking to one of my other homeboys, Monkey. And I'm like, hey, bro, you know, it wasn't right what they did. But, you know, we're all homies. But at the same time, you know, I understand that he had it coming. And anyway, so I'm taking a stance where I'm not necessarily agreeing with the young dude. But I'm backing his play, I guess you could say. I felt bad, man. I fucking used to eat at this how you spend the night at his house. That guy wore his socks when I had none. You know what I mean? Because all mine were ripped because I got a lucky toenail that I just let grow and it ripped through all my socks. I needed a pair of socks. I said, I was just trying to live. Guard. Call me what you want. Okay, that's just what it was. So we had a lot of history, right? A lot of historia between us. So I'm like, hey, bro, just go. You know what it is, bro. Stop it. You've been in and out of prison, bro. You done fell off. You went to a bad yard, bro. You know how the homeboys play. I'm not really tripping because I ain't tripping like that, especially on our homeboys from the hood. I'm tripping on other people that are not from our hood. Absolutely. Kill them. Kill them. Kill them. Right? But when it comes to you guys, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's just do it like that. So anyways, eventually they leave. And now a junta gets called. Because those other two homeboys, they pull up. Right? They pull up on a bike now. And one's on the handlebars. They're getting their motherfucking Wicked Witch of the East on. And they pull up to the west. And we all go to the backyard, and now it's the hot topic. Now everyone's tripping, and I start noticing people are looking at me while they're tripping. There's a main junta going on over here, but there's a side junta going over here, and I'm more concerned with the side junta because the junta that's going on here, we're just talking about tortas. But the one that's over there, they're looking at me right there, and I'm looking at them, and there's a lot of looking going on, right? So I said, what's up with it, man? What's your guys' trip? They're like, hey, bro, we don't like how you backed up that degenerate over the homeboys. I said, listen, bro, listen, stop it. This is volume politics here. We're not bringing the North and the South, and we're not bringing the East and the West into this. I mean, we'll bring the West into it because we're from the West, but we're not going to bring all the other elements into it. This is hood business, and hood business should be ran by hood guys. And by the way, didn't you just get jumped in last month? So shut the fuck up, right? Period. I'm talking to you, not him, right? So we're doing our thing, and they decide that if for no other reason, I got a DP coming. I got some sort of discipline coming. Because of my stance. See, my stance in the situation was always this, gente. You know, this was before I was super into the DO active stuff, you know, that eventually, man, has taken the world by storm, right? So I was scared. It's like a fucking 6ix9ine video. No one likes it, but everybody watches it. All right, look, this is real life. I wouldn't trip. I would play favoritism, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to sit here and bullshit you guys. No way. I can't do it. No way, Jose. You know, I'll give it to you real. I definitely played favoritism. I definitely tripped, right? If you were a homeboy, especially that was my friend or I grew up with, I'm gonna cover for you. Now, if you were a cheater or a weirdo, you're on your own, buddy. You know what I mean? So I can't condone that. But if you done went to a yard and stood too long, I said over the 72, then shit, man, who am I to be mad at you, bro? You know, let some homeboy from Salinas deal with you. Because I definitely ain't got no problems. But of course, I knew also at the same time that I was in the wrong, gente. I definitely was in the wrong because you can't serve two masters, Holmes. You can't play both sides of the coin. You're either with it or you're without it. And I understand that. So I had to take my shit on the chin. So let me explain to you what type of degree of taking it on the chin I took it. Because it hurt, right? It hurt bad, eh? So we're kicking back. And I remember everybody's talking back and forth. I'm going to have to take a DP and because of the way. And I'm like, bro, who's going to DP me then? Motherfucker, I'm the DPer here. I do the depot. You know what I mean? I do it. Who's going to do that? So one of the big homies comes out like, I'll do it. I said, oh, hell no. You know what I mean? The other guy's like, I want to too. I was like, oh, fuck, bro. You know what I mean? Is this like jury? Like, can I hand pick it? Like, you can't do it because you can't get a babysitter? No. They were ready to DP me, right? So I said, well, can I get ready first? I'm a straight G with this shit, bro. Can I get some pussy before you guys break my jaw? Because, see, I like to eat it first before I cheat it, right? So they're like, hey, bro, we're going to get together tonight. We'll decide what's cracking. And I'm like, am I going to be part of the vote? Because I vote no. All right. You know what I mean? Straight up. My vote is no, and I should count for 2 because I did a lot of time for the water, right? So I went to the pad, and I was nervous to know if I ain't going to lie. You know, anyone that takes a DP, you're going to take it. You're going to take it. You're going to get that. It's going to get given to you on some fucking buns without sesame seeds. It's definitely coming, right? But I wasn't happy. You know, I was sitting there watching Judge Wapner. Dum, dum. You know what I mean? Like, god damn, man, I feel like I'm in the pinta and I'm about to get whacked. It was all bad, right? But anyways, so I'm going to my own lady. I ain't gonna lie, she was fat, you know what I mean? I was skinny, you know what I mean? Two tears in the back of her head. Let's take it to the stand. So I'm handling my business, and then I'm like, all right, we gotta go to the homeboy's house tonight. We're gonna party over there. And she was like, well, what's gonna happen? Are you gonna be able to drive home? I said, probably not. They're probably gonna break some bone in my body. But it's all good, girl. Whatever happens, happens. It's part of the game. See, I knew what I signed up for, and I knew I was of the understanding I was going to get beat up. I already knew. So I remember when we pulled up, there was two houses side by side. One house was the homeboy's house where we had the juntas and kicked in shit. The other house was like a party house. We tried to keep them separate, but they were together, but separate, but together. You know what I mean? It's like butt cheeks. I'd rather have them separate, but usually they're together for the most part, right? So anyways, we're over there chilling with the homegirls, kicking it, and I'm thinking they forgot. It's already getting late, it's about 1 a.m. I'm just posted up like a thumbtack, right? And then the homeboy's like, hey, fool, we got to get at you. Fuck! Someone's scared of water. Let me put the hood on my head if you're going to hit me right here so I don't feel it, right? So, bam, go to the backyard. There's some homeboys that I never met in my life. I didn't even know they were jumped in the water, right? They're sitting there with masks on and shit. I'm like, oh, hell no, bro. Are you guys going to fucking murk me just because I told you to give the car back, right? And the homeboy gets at me, right? And he's like, look, bro, you're right, homie. You're right. This is our water. This is our people. We need to take care of our people. A lot of us haven't even been to prison. Now, he had been to prison, but he said a lot of us haven't been to prison. So they don't know the get down yet. They don't understand the situation. You know, we're basically mad at the homeboy because he did time at a place he wasn't supposed to, because it was deemed all bad at that time. Tomorrow it could be all good, right? But that's part of the game, bro. And you know what it is. And our body functions this way. And it's like this and like that and it's like that. And it's nothing but a G thing, right? And I said, I understand. Well, can I be Snoop Dogg in this situation and have the better lyrics, right? They weren't trying to hear it. But what they did do was say, hey, you got 4 homeboys are going to be on you. Take it, bro. Wasn't no minute and 14 seconds. Wasn't no 14-second beat down. They beat me till they were done, right? You know what I mean? There wasn't no, please stop. There was no none of that. Ready, set, hike. We got ours on, and they fucked me up, okay? I got beat up, but I deserved it. You know, I definitely deserved it, and I understood the situation after I stood up. I had a pistol, and I was leaking, and my old lady was trying to clean me up, and I was like, get away from me, right? Because I was embarrassed. But at the same time, it happens in the hood, in the water like that, and I definitely had that coming. Now, my stance, I truly, even to this day, believe in that stance, and I would do it all over again on repeat for the rest of my life if I had to, over and over again. Because I got a couple good hits in, and one of the vatos, he's all bad now, and said, I'm glad I fucking hit you hard, right? But other than that, you know, I understand that when shit is supposed to take place in the water, when it's water stuff, it happens. You know, that's the word to the whites, to the youngsters that are out there, man. Don't think that you're above the law, Holmes. Don't think that you won't get that one coming, because if you got that, you're going to get that. You're going to get that while you got that, and that's facts. You know, but my stance, I truly believe in. I truly believed at that point in time, you know, the dude really didn't do nothing wrong, man. It was really a bad case of, you know, he just didn't follow the rules correctly, and maybe he deserved a DP, but he definitely didn't deserve to get his car took, beat up, socked up, left on the side of the road like trash, because he wasn't that. He was a good, righteous homeboy that had put in a lot of work for the water, that had always been true, Holmes, and just found himself in a bad situation. He was a first-termer. He went to a yard and didn't even know. I mean, I can't say he didn't know better, because they lace you up, so he should have known better, but he did it, man. He got manipulated by some OGs, some old cats. He gets to a bad yard, and they manipulate you there. He gets there, and they're like, are you active? He's like, yeah. They're like, well, you know what I mean? Either they can get off or not. And they're like, hey, you should just stay here. It's all good, bro. You know what I mean? You ain't got to worry about nothing. So he stood, and that was a bad situation. Should have never done that. You know, sometimes other people could lead you to your demise. They could end your career for you when you don't even know better. But that was on us for not giving him the glitch out of the game. But you got to understand, we're in and out of fucking prison ourselves. We're trying to worry about what yard we're going to. So that's what that was. But anyways, I got beat up that night, from the feet up that night. And I never did that again. You know, there was a situation again where there was a homeboy that got out, and the homeboys wanted to jump up on him. And, you know, and I was the first one to hit him. I'm just going to say, there was no more favoritism with me. But I truly stand behind that stance, and I got jumped for it, you know, and it happens all the time. So before you think you know what's up, man, if you're living that gang life, if you're involved in anything, you know, you think you're bad, Holmes, and you got it like that. Don't no one got it like that. Don't no one got it like that. Everyone can get it like that, though. Real talk. Anyways, with that being said, man, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose, get everything that you want coming to you. I hope that you enjoyed the story right here on Gunners Profiles. We're about to get Gunners Profiles cracking. Some of that real shit, you know, some of that religious shit, a little bit of everything. I talk about a lot of it, about a little bit. Or a little bit about a lot of it. One never knows, does one. Nah, nutter, motherfuckers say nah, nutter, like Gunna say nah, nutter. And we're going to keep it going. And in that fashion, if you like this, hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you turn the notifications on to all so that you get all the dope content I'm going to be bringing this month, because I got banger after banger after banger. And myself and the homeboy Dubs do got something on the horizon that's going to just knock everyone's socks and their toenails off. Bam! Ingrown toenails, you're not going to have to worry about the soreness anymore. I said, those are going to come right off. We're in real life and we're doing it live and direct. So make sure that you tap in, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much. This is Gun. Bang, bang. You know what it is. I got beat up, eh?